Tom, how do you think the negotiations are going?
If I were honest at this point, I don't feel they're going very well. I haven't seen a lot of what I would constitute aggressive action towards trying to accomplish something.
Do you think that you guys have dealt in good faith throughout?
Absolutely.
Can I read you something that I saw posted that I want to get a sense of? I don't understand. December 28th on your Facebook page, you put a comment, 90% after the story about the McEwen plan grows, 90% complete and $4 million over budget. Shocking, right? Let's all raise a glass to McScrew-'em Park. Woody says $5 million to make it bitchin'. Go for it. Yes, folks, the perennial 70s burnout actually said that. Wow. Then there was some other discussion, and the comment you made was, and they say they can't find $600,000 for Person Field. Sigh. We have been told by our legal representatives that the best course to let it negotiate and to let it work through and to not make public comments about it and to not go through it. I know that Mr. Edinger and I have talked, or others of us have talked about the history of the land having been given to the school district. Do you think that comment, the perennial 70s burnout, is helpful in this process?
Well, it was probably pretty sarcastic, Mr. Kennedy, but certainly in the vein with most of the comments that you've made about me as well. It's not really what I'm here for tonight.
I don't make comments about you, Tom.
Well, Mr. Kennedy, there's not been a meeting I've been to where you haven't called me out by name. And
no,
this one's another one of those.
But
I'm not here to argue with you.
I'm asking the question, Mr. Hamilton, because I feel like we've been sort of quiet in this process, and yet we're getting kicked on this, and there's some folks that are feeling like, gosh, you know, that land was given to the school district some years ago. How do we bridge this gap? And then we ask for the public meeting, and we're told we couldn't, and I don't know whether private, executive session or public. I certainly intended it to be a public meeting so that we could perform the openness and transparency.
I will follow up on whether there was a request for a public meeting. The only one I am aware of was a request for executive session, which obviously can't occur. It would be improper. And that was the advice of our legal counsel. I would imagine Mr. Gridley would likely agree.
Well, yeah, but I do have to correct, an invitation or an ask to your legal counsel was given for a joint meeting. And public or not, I mean, we're going to have a report tonight based on what's been going on and from our point of view. So I think that was the message I was given, was to request a public joint meeting, a workshop between City Council
and I will follow up on that because it was presented to me as a request for executive session. And I will absolutely follow up on that and let you all know whether that was accurate or not.
Well, there was a time not long ago that we have had a really good relationship with the school board, and to the extent of vacating street on Locust for a project some years back, extending the urban renewal district at some significant criticism to make the Sorensen School ADA compliant, maybe one of the most popular schools going right now. I think we can get back to that relationship, but I'm frustrated to think that there's that we're dealing with things like calling people perennial 70s burnouts when in fact we ought to be just dealing with things maturely.
Well, Mr. Kennedy, we could go back to the Aryan Nation comments you made about me during my, if you really wanted to go back that far. But I don't see the need. I believe that the negotiations on Person Field have been done.
I don't think that you know, we need to get into any personal attacks on either side.
Agreed.
Tonight. I think Mr. Gridley, our city attorney, will be making some comments concerning the possible negotiations on Person. So I think let's just leave it at that.